from Clark and Glasgow Law Office, we do have attorney Zach Vancil. Good morning.
Good morning, Vanessa.
Good to see you, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
No complaints. We've got a lot of construction still going on the square, so we've got some interesting noises.
Yes, we do, and smells as of yesterday.
Yes, that is very true. They are working on the sewer. Zach, tell us all about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Rosetta. My father's side of the family's from Stronghurst, Illinois, so I ran around there too. Wreaked havoc kind of throughout Henderson County, and then I ended up going to Monmouth College and then down to Southern Illinois for law school.
Okay, and runs in the family too, being an attorney, doesn't it?
Yeah, Dad's a judge, just got appointed to the 4th District Appellate Court, so I have a little bit of an advantage compared to some.
Yeah, well, we call that mentorship and legacy, as a matter of fact. So that's very nice to have that kind of guidance in your family. What drove you to be an attorney?
Well, I think it's just hanging out with Dad all day. I mean, if you ask him, we hang out quite a bit. He's one of my best friends. Of course, he's my father, so I've been around the law my entire life and still am.
The law has changed so much, too, in your time, just in your short few years of going to law school, right?
Oh, yeah. The Safety Act, for one. Everyone knows about the Safety Act, the catch and release, all that. So that's the big one recently.
Yeah. So what kind of law are you practicing? What kind of cases are you looking for?
So we're just at Clark and Glasgow. We're just criminal defense. I'm looking to extend it into a little bit of like FOID card appeals and stuff surrounding criminal defense. Say someone was convicted of a crime maybe 20, 25 years ago, and now they're, rehabilitated. You can go back in and try to appeal that and get their FOID card back and their gun rights.
Okay. And how long have you been out of school?
Oh, I graduated in December, so not long at all. Just half a year. Took the bar in February and just got sworn in a couple weeks ago.
Good for you. Good for you. I thought we were catching you on the uphill as you start and embark upon your career. What attracted you to the law, especially criminal defense?
Well, I was kind of a rowdy kid when I was younger, so going back into criminal defense, I mean, if I did some of the stuff, I just never got caught. So they're people, I represent them, no hate there. So
yeah. Well, it's very important that we have more attorneys. I'm told by a number of attorneys locally, we don't have enough attorneys in our rural areas.
That's correct. Even the Illinois State Bar Association is offering a grant to law students like myself when you're in law school to come back to a rural area. Granted, I was from one, so it was an easy choice to come back. But yeah, we need more attorneys coming to this area.
Now, what does it take to become an attorney these days?
I mean, of course, you got to go to regular school, go 4 years, get your bachelor's, and then you got to take the LSAT. We have a new intern over there, Haley. She's preparing to take that now, and then you get to go to law school wherever you choose. 3 years there. If you do like me, 2.5, and then you got to take the bar. Of course, that's the biggest step of them all.
I've heard the bar is very challenging.
Yeah, I think when I took it, I think we had a 45% pass rate, something like that. It was definitely below half.
Wow, 45% pass rate.
Yeah,
that's interesting. So that it's a selective exam.
Yeah, February exam's always lower. Most people graduate in May, unlike myself. So you get the rate then is a lot higher, probably closer to 70, 80%. But we have a lot of retakers in February, so that it contributes to a lot of the lower percents.
Okay. And you said you went to Monmouth College.
I did.
What did you enjoy about Monmouth?
Oh, great. I mean, I grew up in Rosetta, so Monmouth really was our hometown. The environment there, the academics there. I ran for Coach Haynes. I love Coach Haynes. He made me work for it. And if you ask Steve, that's the biggest reason that I'm hired on at Clark and Glasgow, because Coach Haynes made me work, and he knew if I ran for him, I was able to handle it there.
Now, what kind of success did you have in track?
Couple conference titles. I think every year I was there, we won both indoor and outdoor as a team for men. Couple individual wins at conference. I never went to the NCAA championships, unfortunately, but had a couple injuries throughout my course of events there. So,
well, Coach Haynes does have a wonderful program. The Fighting Scots Society overall is just an excellent program at Monmouth College. So glad you enjoyed it.
Thanks.
And then you went down to Carbondale?
I did. Carbondale SIU, law school there. When you go to law school, you pretty much just go for academics. I ran around with a rowdy group, of course, went to the bars occasionally, but yeah, it was mainly school.
Yes, I bet it was. What'd you enjoy about SIU?
It's a small rural environment, kind of like Monmouth. Of course, Carbondale's a little bigger, but it's country. I did not live in Carbondale. I lived in a small town outside of Carbondale, so I was able to keep it local.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think people need to become an attorney if they're wanting to be an attorney? What kind of is it highly intellectual, academic? What kind of characteristics make up a good attorney?
Of course, you got to have some intellect there. I think the biggest thing is you got to have a good work ethic. If you don't have the good work ethic, you're not going to study, and that's all comes down to the bar exam. If you're not going to study, if you don't have the work ethic to study, you're not going to pass the bar exam. You're not going to pass law school. Same with becoming an attorney. If you go into the office maybe 1 or 2 days a week and not 5 days a week, especially starting out, you're probably not going to make it. So you just got to put in the legwork.
And you've got two really highly successful attorneys at Clark and Glasgow who are your mentors now.
I do. David and Steve are great. It's a rowdy bunch over there. Everyone comes in and they're like, wow, this isn't the office I was expecting it to be. It doesn't look like a law office, but it is. Michelle's great too. So
yeah, a lot of good people. Glad that you're able to carry on the legacy within your family. Like you said, your father, Judge Vancil. And so it's nice that you're able to carry on the tradition.
Yeah, it is. Couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
Yes. And good luck at Clark and Glasgow. Those guys will take care of you very nicely. They're really, they've done a lot of good things for people.
Yes, they do. And we'll continue to work on that.
Yes. Anything else you want people to know about you as you embark upon your career?
Just a little background on myself. I guess even though I grew up in the law with my father, I was also kind of a little blue collar working. I worked for my grandfather at the meat locker plant. I've cut trees my life, worked at tree service in Burlington, even worked for Scott Equipment over in Biggsville when it was in its early years. So I've done it all and will represent people like that. So
yeah, it sounds like you've got terrific work ethic, no doubt. Any hobbies outside of being an attorney?
I have a sawmill, so I like cutting lumber, cutting down trees, all that. It's kind of fun. Little bit of woodworking on the end of it. So
still like sports?
Yeah, I run. Not into. I went to Monmouth, played football first year. Stopped doing that due to injuries, but I like watching them. I've been too busy with law school to actually participate too much.
Yeah. Well, you're back now, and all of the games are free and open to the public, so you can get back in the saddle of your Fighting Scots.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fighting Scots.
Zach, I hope you have a really successful career. We're going to see you again at Halfway to Freezing for Food. You and your cousin Dylan will be freezing at the same time. So that's kind of nice to have family all together again. So good luck to you and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. You as well.
Zach Vancil with us. He's a new criminal defense attorney here locally at Clark and Glasgow Law Office.